So Nancy Pelosi has just been voted again Speaker of the House. Yes. 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 And thanks to whom? Well, none other than the fraud squad, of course, right? None other than the fraud squad. So let's take a look at this, okay? Are you ready for the roller coaster? This is quite eventful. It just happened, just occurred right now, right? It just happened. So you can see here, 216 votes, right? Let me show you the video when the House erupted in applause for Madam Pelosi. Yeah, let's take a look at that.
The tellers agree in their tallies that the total number of votes cast is 427, of which the Honorable Nancy Pelosi of the state of California has received 216.
Wow. Wow, it's a war criminal party. Wow.
The Honorable Kevin McCarthy of the state of California has received 209.
Did you catch that? 216 for Nancy Pelosi, 209 for McCarthy. Now, someone who's good at math, calculate that difference for me. If I'm not mistaken, that's 7 votes, right? 216, 209. That's a razor thin margin. Razor thin. Easily, I mean, easily you could have snatched the speakership from Pelosi. And, you know, not just to burn it all down, albeit I wouldn't blame you, but to demand something in exchange, yes, right? Would be nice. Maybe that's how you should play politics, no? Like forcing the vote for Medicare for all? This big debate that's been going on? Yeah? Razor thin margin. We knew it's going to be a razor thin margin. So let's take a look at how everybody voted. Are you ready? Oh, this is good. This is good. So, you know, I was sitting here and they did the whole roll call. So let me just explain how the process works for you. Okay? They voted in groups of 72. I don't know. There's some house rule apparently. I don't know what it is, but they go through the list of Congress people, 72 names at a time. Okay. They don't do all 435 at once. So they call your name, right? Ocasio-Cortez. Who do you vote for? Okay. Pelosi, McCarthy, whatever, write it down. So they go through the whole thing, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm waiting because, you know, I want to see how the progressives are voting, right? It's important to know this because, you know, they didn't ask for anything in exchange. So did the pressure work? What's going on here? Okay. First one, Bowman. Jamal Bowman. You know who Jamal Bowman is? I'm sure you know who he is because I covered him before. He's, you know, a Zionist hack, essentially. We've done a few videos on him. I wanted to do another one on his latest thing, but I have a huge migraine, so we'll leave that for after. But look, that's Jamal Bowman, right? I am in full support of Israel. That's him, right? This new so-called progressive. All right. Yeah, he votes for Pelosi. That's his first fucking day on the job, not his first vote. He just got sworn in. And the first thing he does is he goes and votes for Pelosi. What? Yo, that's the first thing he does. Not the first fucking thing. This is his first day on the job. Pelosi. Well done. Well done. Okay. Then we have Cori Bush, right? They call her name, Bush. And my brain all of a sudden thought about George Bush, you know, yeah. It's I think we're all still a little traumatized from George Bush. She calls her name again, Bush, silence. And everyone's like, oh my God, Cori Bush she didn't fold. Cori Bush stood her ground. And you know why this is important, right? Because Jamal Bowman just got into Congress. It's his first day at work. Cori Bush as well. She just got voted in, right? These are the two newcomers to the squad, right? These are the new progressives. So it's very important to see what they're going to do on their first day. Moreover, Well, I'll get to that video in a second featuring Bush and Bowman. But Bush, nothing. We didn't hear nothing. She didn't say present, and there's just silence. And everyone's like, oh, yes, she's so brave. She did it. Okay, so we keep going down the list, and you know this is a long-ass list, hundreds of names. And then we finally get to Ocasio-Cortez. Oh, by the way, of course, Ro Khanna. You probably expected that Ro Khanna voted for Pelosi. And also Jayapal, right? So that's a very interesting vote, Jayapal, for her to vote for Nancy Pelosi, because she's the author of the Medicare for All bill in the House, right? Bernie Sanders is the author of the Medicare for All legislation in the Senate, and she's the author of the same legislation in the House, right? Of the House version. So you would think that out of all the people, she would really put her foot down on this, because she is the author of Medicare for All. And Nancy Pelosi refuses to bring that to a vote on the House floor. No. Jayapal, Pelosi, Ro Khanna, same thing, right? All the so-called progressives. There we go. So, hold on. Where were we at, man? It's such a roller coaster. Here we go. So we finally get to Ocasio-Cortez, okay? We finally get to Ocasio-Cortez. What's going to happen, man? Is she going to fold? Let's listen.
Ocasio-Cortez. Ocasio-Cortez. Omar. Pelosi.
Oh, just, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. So you saw when they don't hear a response, they call your name twice. So we heard nothing from AOC and Bush, right? Cori Bush, AOC, we heard nothing when they first called their names. Wow. It looks like that pressure worked, maybe. Who knows? But Ilhan Omar and Ayanna Pressley, they go and vote for Nancy Pelosi. Man, what is that? What is that? But no, this was not the end of the show. They got to Rashida Tlaib. Rashida Tlaib also voted for Nancy Pelosi. Yeah. And then it just so happens at the very end, they did a recount, right? So I don't know where Cori Bush and AOC were. Maybe they were in the ladies' room. Maybe they were having brunch with Nancy Pelosi. I don't know where they were. All of a sudden they show up. And meanwhile, you keep in mind, right up until this point, everybody's like, oh my God, AOC, yes, queen. See, she didn't vote. The pressure worked. I hate to burst your bubble. But when they did the second count, this is what happened. You ready?
Ocasio-Cortez. Pelosi.
She fell in line just like a fucking duck. All of them. And mind you, we're at the letter O now, Ocasio-Cortez. So while they're doing the second count, they'd already called Cori Bush's name again, and she voted for Pelosi as well. Every single one of these fucking progressives voted for Pelosi. All of them. There are more corporate Democrats who voted against Pelosi today than progressives. And for the most ridiculous reasons. I can't even remember this dude's name. He's saying something about wanting more more representation from the Midwest. I don't even know who that was. It wasn't even policy based. It wasn't even something, like I want some Medicare for all. I want healthcare in exchange for my vote for Pelosi. No, it's just all of them. Jamal Bowman and Cori Bush. Yeah? The squad, Ilhan Omar, AOC, Ayanna Pressley, Rashida Tlaib, and Ro Khanna and Jayapal. Wow. I mean, and of course, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Barbara Lee as well. Well done. Well done. They fucked you. Oh, they fucked you, man. They fucked you so good. I mean, just the names that I listed to you now. That was 7 or more, was it not? Yes? 7 or more names, if I'm not mistaken, they could have easily screwed Nancy Pelosi and pulled off a cutthroat mutiny, which is the whole point, right? I mean, it's a win-win situation. If you're, look, man, if you're positioning yourself as the average American, right? This is a win-win situation. Either you get a floor vote for Medicare for all from Nancy Pelosi, right? Or you taking that bitch down with you. Oh, you're not going to give it to us? Okay, fuck you. You're losing your speakership. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. Now, mind you, I think you shouldn't vote for Pelosi regardless. Even if she said, yeah, we're going to have a floor vote, whatever. I mean, you can't trust that woman, first of all. Second of all, she's a war criminal. She's laughing, eating ice cream while people are suffering in the middle of a pandemic and giving money to lobbyists and screwing you over, you know, covering for George Bush and his torture program. She knew about the waterboarding. That's who they voted for. You know, on principle alone, you should not vote for that woman. What the fuck is the difference between her and any other neocon? There's no difference. Why are you voting for her in the first place? And people are like, oh, what are you saying? You prefer McCarthy? No, they're the same shit. They're both crap. Do you not understand? Jesus Christ. So, here's the funny thing about Cori Bush and Jamal Bowman, right? Not just that they fucked you on their first day of work. Literally, the first thing they did, they got to their job and they fucked you. It's not just that. 1 week ago, this is 1 week ago, look, they were both on CNN and they were asked about who they're going to vote for, right? Or rather, whether they will vote for Nancy Pelosi as Speaker of the House. Let's watch that clip.
And real quick, before I let you both go, something looking ahead at that you're both going to have to vote on, which is the Speaker of the House, Congresswoman-elect Bush. Will you vote for Nancy Pelosi as Speaker?
What I'm going to do is make sure that the voices of the people of St. Louis are heard and that we have what we need. And so you'll find out then.
That's not a yes.
I'm working with my community. I'm working with my community.
What?
Okay. And Congressman-elect Bowman, will you vote for Nancy Pelosi as Speaker?
So you will find out when my vote is tallied, and again, organizing with our community to figure out what's best.
I'm just curious, what does that mean? When you said organizing with our community, I mean, what do you want to hear from them real quick in order to make your decision on whether Nancy Pelosi should be the Speaker?
So for me,
go ahead,
Cori.
Jamal.
No, for
real
me, go ahead.
Sorry, we're almost out of time, actually. So just.
Yeah. Okay. We get it. I'll translate it for you. All right. I'll translate it for you. What that means, organizing with my community. You know what that means? That's what that means. That means conferring with Nancy fucking Pelosi. That's what it means. Deferring to party leadership, as AOC likes to put it eloquently, right? Literally. Yeah. Here, take it away. You know what he said? You know what he said? By the way, we got 1,400 people watching. Make sure you hit the like button because of the YouTube algorithm. They don't like fucking anything except mainstream media on here. So it really helps. Thank you very much. You know what Jamal Bowman said today after he cast his vote? After he screwed you, right? Let's speak frankly with one another here. Let's speak frankly with one another. Let's not sugarcoat things. This is what he said. Okay, I'm trying to pull up his quote. So, God damn it, where is it? Here we go. Okay. Let me just zoom in for you so you can see that it's from The Hill, okay? So, this is what Bowman said. Quote, our country needs stability right now. Motherfucker, your country needs healthcare right now and some fucking money. Okay, some stimulus. Yes, that's what your country needs right now. Not these platitude bullshit. What stability? What? Maybe stop destabilizing other countries, right? Bring your fucking troops home, and then you'll have money for everything. I mean, this is platitude diarrhea over here. Our country needs stability right now. Bowman said coming off of the chamber floor after the vote. Quote, it's really important for the Democratic Party to come together and figure out not just how to govern for the 117th, but going forward for the country. What the fuck does that even mean? What does that even mean? This quote could have been said by a fucking random person in the 17th century, and I would not know what they're talking about. What does that mean? What are you talking about? Actually, there was no US in the 17th century. Let's say 19th century, whatever. This means nothing. It's platitude diarrhea. It's platitude diarrhea. Okay? That means nothing to me. Your country needs healthcare. That was the whole fucking point behind force the vote. Man, these progressives, they screwed you royally. I mean, really. When we thought that AOC had not voted or abstained from voting for Pelosi, I was still complaining, and rightfully so, because the whole point, the whole strategy that they've sold you, these progressives in Congress, is that, oh, we need to get in as many progressives as possible in office, right? We need to primary as many corporate Dems as possible. Why? So that our numbers increase, then we can have more leverage in Congress, right? That's the strategy that they keep selling you. Yeah? What's the logic behind that? They vote as a block, a cohesive unit, right? So what's the fucking point if AOC is going to vote one way and Cori Bush is going to vote one way? Remember, they didn't, but it looked like they had. And then the rest of the squad, or these new progressives, these newcomers, vote the other way. You're not voting as a cohesive block. You're fucking useless. There's no strategy here. This is a dog's dinner. What is that? But of course, I told people, look, this is why I said over here, when I posted the initial video, right? I said AOC appears not to vote for Pelosi, because I knew they were going to pull some fucking bullshit. I knew there's still a chance they could come back at the end and vote for her. I knew it. This is what they do all the time, man. You see this with regular votes, not just with speakership, right? they'll vote no or they'll abstain on the first round, and then suddenly at the end, when you're not paying attention anymore, they come back and vote yes. These people are useless at best. At best, they're fucking useless. But we know that's not the case, man. We know that's not the case. You want to laugh? Look at this. Look at this picture. Squad up. She posted this like 1 hour or during the vote. Like this is from just 2 hours ago, right? When they were having the speakership vote. I mean, look, man, I'm not going to lie. They look fresh as fuck. All of them, man. They look fucking awesome. But you see, that's the problem. That's the issue. They look cool. It's like a boutique. Okay. I'm enjoying the view. This is nice. This is pleasant. Where are the fucking votes? Where's the healthcare? Y'all look fresh. You look amazing. Where's the healthcare? Where is the Medicare for all? Where is the shit that you ran on? You can do both, you know. You can do both. And then Ilhan Omar says, unbought, and unbossed. Oh, man. So I had to chime in. I asked her how many gallons of designer ice cream did it take for Pelosi to get your vote? We know that Pelosi enjoys her designer ice cream. I know Jimmy had a good laugh at this too. He had a good laugh at that. Pelosi is your boss. You're definitely bossed. All right. I mean, if these people, like every single one of these newcomers, the squad, whatever, the progressives in Congress, if they had run on, I'm going to get a PAYGO exemption passed. I'm going to vote for Nancy Pelosi to be Speaker of the House 2 times. They would have never been elected. No one would have voted for that shit. Why? Because you sound like a corporate Dem. And you don't know how to play politics. I mean, this is ridiculous. AOC has said herself, if I'm a one-term congressperson, so be it. So she understood, right? Again, we've looked at the videos. We know how she was speaking before she got elected and after she's been elected. Now we're just getting platitudes. Now we're just getting excuses. This is fucking bullshit, man. They sold you out. Fraud squad. I mean, what have I been telling you guys for like it's been almost a fucking year now. This is unbelievable that we're still in this crisis. You cannot reform the Democratic Party, man. You can't do that. We're in a pandemic, okay? It was already bad before that, not having healthcare regardless. But even right now during the pandemic, they've shown you their true colors, right? Mask off. Fuck it, mask off. They're showing you. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. Yellow vest, man. Yellow vest. I'm telling you. Direct action. You're not going to get anything done with these chumps, man. This is, I don't care what you call it. Controlled opposition, distraction. I don't care. It doesn't matter. This is not effective. It's not working, right? This is not okay. And once again, I go back to my original point. Man, you should not be voting for Nancy Pelosi regardless. You know why? Because I do not vote for people who support fucking waterboarding. Okay? This is from the New York Times, by the way. Okay? You shouldn't be voting for someone who says, I'm not a big fan of Medicare for all, especially when you ran on Medicare for all, you know, because that makes you look like a dingus. You shouldn't be voting for someone who supports imperialism and you know, tries to erect puppet governments in other countries and overthrow their elected leaders, right? You shouldn't be voting for someone who does this sort of shit. Right? Who thinks it's okay to kill American citizens with drones and then hide it too. Kill, frankly, anyone with drones. She didn't just mean that, but you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be voting for someone who thinks that lobbyists and dark money groups and the very scum that pollutes Washington should be getting small business money during a pandemic, right? People who make millions of dollars a year. You should not be voting for that scum regardless. Do you understand my point? I really don't think the bar is that high. It's quite low, actually. I'm making it very easy for you. Like, I'm giving you a 30-second presentation on why the fuck you should get away from this, right? Not to mention, your job is to what? It's to advocate for Medicare for all. It's to advocate for the shit you ran on. Either you do that or you're useless. I don't understand what's so hard to grasp about this. By the way, Nancy Pelosi was seen fleeing the scene shortly after the vote. Oh, Christ. Oh, it's so bad. It's really bad. And AOC, she also had a little statement to make, right? This is what, an hour ago? AOC on vote for Pelosi. In a time when the Republican Party is attempting an electoral coup and trying to overturn the results of our election, this is not just about being united as a party. It's about being united as people of basic respect for the rule of law. Again, platitude, diarrhea, just. And she continues, our party should remember and prioritize the communities that delivered this house, which are poor and working class and black and brown. And we should do that by delivering material changes for working people. Yes. Yes, thank you. Can you do that? When do you plan on getting around to that? Like this decade, the next decade, when exactly? Because Nancy Pelosi's been there a few decades and she ain't doing that. So I don't know why you just voted for her again. What is this 15th dimensional chess that you were playing that you were not telling us about? Huh? Okay, you don't do force the vote. You don't want to leverage your vote for Pelosi. Okay, what's your brilliant fucking plan? I'm waiting. No, don't give me the pay-go exemption. I want something concrete. Where is it? This is what I love about the progressives, man. They are so silver-tongued, it's unbelievable. Like in the same breath that she's telling you she just fucked you and voted for Pelosi, who's not going to give you Medicare for all, who has never given you Medicare for all, who has said she does not like Medicare for all, who has been in government her whole life and she won't give you Medicare for all. In the same breath, she says, we have to work for the people, working class, black and brown communities, the people that delivered this house while I vote for Nancy Pelosi. In the same fucking breath. She lies to you and makes you clap as well. Unbelievable. I mean, the stones on these people is really something, man. I fucking told you, man. I warned you about Jamal Bowman. I told you. Cori Bush, I didn't know. I honestly, I was a bit more reserved about her. She seemed more genuine to me than the rest of them? Guess not. Wow. What is there to say? What is there to say? I mean, again, you want to go and talk about how force the vote is not a good strategy. You if you want to toe that line and be like the boutique left, the crypto neolibs over at the Young Turks, good for you. Again, I go back to my original point. Why are you voting for this scum? What is wrong with you? Why are you voting for this woman who covered up Bush's war crimes? Have you gone fucking nuts? Are you so morally bankrupt? This woman helped George Bush and Barack Obama cover up war crimes. What the fuck is wrong with you? How can you vote for a woman like that in good conscience? What is wrong with you? This is inexcusable. You're not going to convince me otherwise. Fuck you. Man, these people, they're not getting you shit. I'm telling you. All right. This is why we call them the boutique left. They're nice to look at. All right. And all they do is also look. Right. That's it. But they're not actually going to lift a finger. It's not happening. No. You don't reform the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party reforms you. And if this is their strategy of, we're going to elect more progressives who support Israel, who won't actually leverage their vote for the speaker to get substantive policies enacted, this is jerk off time. Okay, we don't need that. This is nonsense. Their whole shtick, their whole strategies, we need more people so we have more leverage. And they get more people in, and then they vote as one cohesive block to screw you. Again, 216 to 209, man. That's 7 votes difference. They could have easily shredded Nancy Pelosi. They could have ended that bitch. They could have ended her. Right? No. This is the problem when you become a careerist, when you become a career politician. Right? Because now the leverage at stake is not Nancy Pelosi's speakership. The leverage here, what's at stake, is their careers. They want to stay in Congress. They want to keep their nice Cadillac healthcare packages that they get in Congress. They like what they're doing. And they're not going to risk that because they're in the system now. They're part of that. Do you understand? And again, in the best case, these people are fucking shit at their jobs, man. Like as much slack as you want to cut them, you want to come here and tell me that they're Mother Teresa. They're just so innocent and they don't know any better. All right, fine. They're still fucking shit at their jobs. They should not be doing this. This is garbage. Okay? Do you understand that? They're garbage. This is not how you play politics, man. You need a cutthroat mutiny. You need to figuratively be like this to Pelosi, right? We are going to end your fucking speakership if you don't give us Medicare for all right now. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, now. Right now. This second. 7 votes, man. That's all it would have taken. What is that? AOC, Ayanna Pressley, right? Ilhan Omar, Rashida, Jamal Bowman, Cori Bush. Maybe we can get Lee or Kana or Jayapal, maybe, since it's her fucking bill. I think it should be Jayapal, right? It's her bill. No, they're all voting for Pelosi. Wow. Once again, man, this is the grand unmasking. The grand unmasking. The great unmasking. The great unmasking. Oh boy. You know, if incrementalism is your thing, enjoy yourself.